What's going on, trucker fam? So, I got a bit of a issue I gotta press or approach. And I'm gonna approach it lightly because what happened, I can't condone. I can't accept. Now, what I saw made me sick to the core. Sorry, I'm getting choked up about this. I got family members that are cops. Matter of fact, my grandfather, rest in peace, was a retired police chief in the state of Georgia. I get it. I get where everybody's coming from. I get where black people are coming from. I get it. There are bad cops. There are shitty cops that just don't give a fuck about a human being. What I'm telling everybody, I don't look at race. I look at human beings as themselves. I look at character. I judge by character. This cop in Minnesota, actually, 5 cops in Minnesota, I should be exact, killed a man. I'm not going to call him a black man. I'm not going to call him by his race. I will refuse to call him by his race. I look at people and I judge them by their character, like I said. All of them shouldn't be allowed to walk free. Agreed. With a lot of people. They should not be allowed to walk free. But the fact of the matter is that this man was killed in the streets of Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm a truck driver. I've been to a lot of states. Minneapolis, Minnesota, I've been to. I don't know exactly what part of the town, but little tidbit of advice or insight. They should not be allowed to have a slap on the wrist and walk away. I don't believe in that. I don't agree with that, not one bit, because my grandfather and people that I have family members that are police officers would not agree with that. Not one bit. Now here's where people like to twist other people's words, so to speak. Now, with that being said, people that were videotaping this, that did nothing to help this man out and do a citizen's arrest. I'm not saying they should go to jail, because inadvertently they were not, or I might be using that word in the wrong text, but they weren't involved. They were just walking down the street. I get that. But you as a citizen can make a citizen's arrest. in George's case, in his distress. You can make that call. But videotaping this is pretty much, you pretty much picture a family going to a zoo. Any encounter, encaged, closed encounter, whatever you want to call it. And you videotape an animal in the zoo. That's pretty much what you made this guy feel like. That's fucked up. Pardon my language, because I know a lot of people, they have kids, they watch YouTube videos. Kids watch YouTube videos. They might click on this video, I might say that. I apologize. But that's messed up. Not once did anyone step up. Now, and I know I'm taking a long pause, and I do apologize. Now, I want to say this for all those people that are rioting. This man's death, yes, was real. It pisses me off. I get that. But this man wouldn't want y'all to riot. His town, let alone everybody else in different states. I don't think that's right. Yes, I get that. There were peaceful protesting. Some of them were peaceful protesting. Others were vandalizing, destroying, whatever you want to, whatever you say. I get that. But the fact of the matter is I'm a truck driver. Now I saw this where someone sent me a video where they were actually going into the highways. They were taking this riot into the highways. Now, as a truck driver, I want people to know that if we're loaded, say we're hauling 39,000 pounds in our trailers, and we don't know that y'all are in the road, picture going to a bowling alley. You get a strike. That's what's gonna happen. Simple, put it to you this way. I'm gonna put y'all in my shoes. I'm going down the highway. The riot breaks out. Comes into the highway. I don't know about it. Or I'm not prepared for it. Why would you go into the highway in the first place? People are going to home, going to work, going to a friend's house, going somewhere. Probably going 75, maybe 80 miles an hour, depending on where you're at. A human, an average athlete, put it to you this way, an average athlete typically can hit up to 25 miles per hour. Typically, a healthy athlete in their prime. Now, possibly triple, maybe quadruple that. That's what I know for a fact my truck can go. My truck can only go 64 miles an hour with my foot on the floor. 63 with cruise control. If I'm hauling 39,000 pounds and I'm not prepared to stop, there's no way I'm going to be able to stop in time to get y'all, make sure y'all are safe, for one, and out of the road for me to continue my trip. This is what's wrong with this country. The media is trying to divide this country. Just like Adam Calhoun said. Everybody have said. I'm looking at it as a human being because we all have the same organs, unless you donated, and we all breathe the same air. But more importantly, we all bleed red. So why is it that nowadays people are using the race? I get that race is still alive and feeding on others. I get that 100%. And I am not agreeing to it. I do not agree to people who are racists, who are ignorant. I hate it. Hate it with a passion. Because those people bring drama. Most of you know me. When drama starts, I walk away. I get away from the drama as quick as I can. However I can. I just don't like the fact that this man in the streets, like Calhoun said, was killed like a dog. Now, I was trained in mixed martial arts. I get there's going to be some people on my video, on this video, that says, well, if he was screaming, I can't breathe, then he can breathe, right? Okay. I'm roughly 200 pounds. Maybe more, maybe less. I have no idea. Haven't weighed myself yet. I'm 200 pounds. Let's just put it even 200. Put 4 of me on you. Do you think you'll be able to breathe? Do you think you'll be able to move? Because a human nature is to get away and make sure you can stay alive. That's the human nature. That is the animal instinct in everyone. Every animal is to get away from danger. Now, if your life is threatened with 4 guys on top of you, I highly doubt you're going to try to stick around, right? But if you have 4 cops that are trained to detain and apprehend people in any situation, I highly doubt you'll be able to get away from that. So you're going to need help, right? So let's talk about that one cop that's standing around doing fucking nothing with his hands in his in his pockets. You might as well just be jerking off at that point, because you ain't doing shit. I don't care who you are. I don't care how you were trained. I don't care any of that. The matter of the fact is that everybody that was involved with that arrest should be thrown in jail. Locked away, toss the key, burn it, I don't care. All of them should be in jail. They should not be allowed to walk free. They should not be able to go see their family, because that man did not. That man, I don't know the whole story. I don't know where he was going to, but it seemed like that man wanted to go home. It seemed like every other guy, if something happens traumatic, who do they first call? They call their mom. Every other guy. At least, in my opinion, 90% of the guys. Now, I'm typically a happy person. I'm typically a people person, if you will. This is bothering me. This is making me hate people. And not those that are standing up for this. I agree. Stand up for this. But do it the right way. Don't riot. Because that man wouldn't want you to riot for him. That man would want this and his voice to be heard and seen. So that way you can probably, the next person that this happens to, it doesn't happen near you or around you. That way you can stand up for the next person behind him that may be going through this. Now this COVID-19, guess what? It magically disappeared. I'm not saying he was the cause of that made it disappear, no. But because people weren't staying at the house, weren't staying inside. Now they got to figure out, what topic can we talk about again? Oh, guess what? Another good one that's seems to be getting a lot of attention is race. Let's use that one. Maybe we'll get a rise out of them. So what does the media do? It makes it race. It doesn't say one man killed another man. It says a white cop killed a black man. I hate racism. I hate it with a passion. I love everybody equally. Everybody who knows me knows that. But this is making me hate people. And I get that. I saw people saying, well, you push a dog to a corner and what do you expect? Them not to fight back? I get that. Don't get me wrong. I really do. Because if I was pushed back into a corner, I'd be fighting back too. There are other ways and other means to handle it. Two wrongs don't make a right. Now, let me go back to talking about my grandfather. For those of you who know, my grandfather passed away August 27th, 7:58 in the morning. Me and my mom were taking care of him that morning. Took his last breath. I want to make something very clear, because I don't think I've been clear enough. Take it from someone who has family members that are cops, police officers, detectives, What this cop did was unacceptable. As a human being, for one, a big one, and for two, unbecoming of a police officer. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but a police officer is supposed to protect and serve. Protect and serve. Let's break that down for you real quick. For those of you who don't know this, protect and serve, which I'm hoping a lot of people do. To protect and serve means you gotta stand up for those who are in need or need aid, if you will. Correct? To serve. That's where people tend to like to abuse that word, serve. A lot of people think that it's about a butler or something along the lines, right? Something wet. Sorry, heard water running. Was hoping it wasn't getting on me. Now, to protect and serve, as a cop. Now, I didn't go through the cop. I didn't go through the BLET training. None of that. This is just in my opinion. To protect and serve as a first responder, in this case, means you rush to the aid of a civilian or a citizen that is in need. George Floyd was in need. Now, you swore an oath to those cops and those family members of those cops. You swore an oath when you became a cop to protect and serve. And now, someone's in need and you do nothing, you are no longer a cop. You are unbecoming a police officer. And a human being. A regular human being at that. Let's take the badge away from you. If that was your family member on the ground, face down on the ground, with someone's full body on top of you, not just one person, but four human beings at the average of 200 pounds, that's 800 pounds. Now, unless you're a bodybuilder, you ain't getting up from that. And let alone a neck. Now, 200 pounds. Let's put it in perspective. 200 pounds on a neck. On average, an average human being's neck can withstand between 4 to 6 pounds of pressure. Four to 6 pounds of pressure. Mosquito. You tell me where there's a wrong. And if you can't see nothing wrong with that video, with what transpired there, then you, my friends, are what people call nowadays, and what I call a shitty human being. These riots, yes, are getting way out of hand. Don't get me wrong, I see where people are coming from. Gotta get attention somehow. Let's call it an attention getter. But you want people to hear you and understand you. Then go on the media and let people hear you. Let people understand you. Have conversations with other people. I get it. Y'all tried different ways for this. But I'm telling you right now, these riots, they're not going to stop. They're going to continue. Unless something is done. And y'all don't want martial law to come in to effect. So what I'm asking is, please think about this. Matter of fact, if you want to, I will give you a reference to a movie that is about that is about pretty much martial law, except for a different country. Look at Red Dawn, if I'm correct. And for the family members of George Floyd, my deepest, sincere condolences, thoughts, prayers go out to you. Go out to y'all. In this time. I don't agree with how you lost him, how he passed away. But just know that there are some good people out there that do love you. And even though I didn't know the man, I'm pretty sure I would love him too. Not in a gay way, but as a human being, as a person, as a fellow citizen of the United States. Trucker Smurf signing off.